Hi, my name is Asia Rucker, and welcome to my presentation, Black Hair Salons in America. Why did I pick this particular subject? Well, because I'm Black, obviously, but also because here's my story before we get started. I am a military brat. Both my parents were in the military. I was born in North Dakota, but I was raised in Louisiana. And predominantly in Louisiana, we had family in both Houston and Georgia. In both Houston and Georgia, we would go there a lot to get our hair done. And we just moved here to Utah in 2014, so 9 years ago. And moving here was a struggle to find someone to do our hair. And I've been living here for a pretty long time, almost a decade, that I feel like I have a pretty good subject and matter on said thing, hair salons in America, and Black hair salons in America, and why is it so hard and difficult to find someone to just do my hair. And is this my real hair? No, of course it's not. I live in Utah. I don't have money. Jobs here are terrible. So I'm wearing 2 wigs. And I have fooled everyone here in Utah that this is my real hair, but it's a little secret. For the Black community, hair is more than just a thing. It's their identity, it defines who they are and tells a story. For Black people, our hair, it tells everyone where our personality is. For me, my hair is big and curly. So to everyone, it lets everyone know that I have a big personality. I'm out there. I'm exuberant. I'm a nice, easygoing person. But in reality, I'm an introverted. Unless I'm here and standing in front of a camera talking to myself, then I can just be who I want to be. All of our hair tells a story, it tells who we are, it tells where we come from. It just tells everyone what we do and like and our inspirations and just what makes us us. And so when we make big changes like deciding to shave our whole entire heads off because we want to start off fresh, that also holds us our memories, but also tells others that we're starting off new. We're having a fresh start to a new beginning, to a new possibility, into a new life. The history of hair. This is the history of hair for African Americans. When 12 million men, women, children were sold into slavery, their heads would be shaved to erase the identity they had before becoming enslaved. So what that means is that when the slaves were brought here to America, they were forced to have no hair. So they had an easier control of who they are, because without their hair, their little comfort, their shell, their like being their little helmet, when you ride a bike, they didn't have that. And so they were just, so self-conscious about the way they looked and stuff that it was really easy for their owners to go in and take control of how they work, how they eat, sleep, do just anything. Hair became a means of protection and survival for the enslaved. So whenever their hair would start growing back, they tried their best to hide and protect it from being shaved, because then they felt some sort of, confidence to go ahead and try and go out there and make a movement and do things. So protecting it was just their only means to try and be cool. Oh, I'm back. I got the idea. So what it is anticipating, or what it's trying to say, is that The law did not like the way black women's hair looked. All their hair looked like this, or it was in cornrows, braided back and flat. They didn't like that. They didn't like how it made them look. They didn't like how it was just dirty or unacceptable or just somewhat just not attractive. And so they forced them to hide their hair so they could all look the same, so it was easier for them to identify who's who, what's what. Like, they just didn't care or respected black people at all. They still never do to this very day, obviously. During 1950s and the 1960s, the afro became a symbol of resistance during the Black Liberation Movement. So during that movement was around MLK and Malcolm X, I have a dream. And during that time, it was when the Black Panthers came into movement, and having afros, it wasn't like this type of afro, it was more of like a more firm afro, with the Black Panthers. And that became like a symbol for them to know that they can go out there. Like, they worked so hard to get to where they are now that there's no point in hiding anything, no point in hiding their hair or trying to protect it to survive, or having a bunch of white people go in and just shave their heads off. It was time for them to step up and be who they wanted to be and tell everyone, this is who I am, this is what we're going to do, and we're not going to take a no for an answer. And from there on forth, afros just became the big thing. Almost every person wants to be black, apparently, and have an afro. That's why perms are there. Don't know why. They're disgusting. Ew. The importance of hair care. For most people that aren't black, hair care for them is like a simple, 1-2 step. You come home from the gym or from work, you hop into the shower, do your little shampoo, stop, rinse it off, condition, and then blow dry, brush it off, boom, done, right? Wrong. That is wrong for us. For us, we have to do a whole full day process in order for our hair to get anywhere close to this, or if we're gonna go out to the salon and get it done. It's a whole thing. But before I get more into that, let's get into this. Educationally, black hair salons were also a vital source of information and education. They were often used as space for informal education where black women could learn about health, nutrition, and other important issues. Additionally, many salons offered classes and training for hairstyling and other beauty-related skills, which helped empower black women and provide them with new opportunities. That is a quote from Dr. Nicole G. What this is saying is now in this day and age that black hair care has become more of a opportunity for others to learn and grow, black hair salons have always been, of course, teaching how to do hair for a very long time. It may not be like actual full classes now, but when kids and their moms would go to the salon to get their hair done, the moms would of course stay and watch, and they would see how to do it. But now they have fully gone into showing people how to do certain hairstyles, like cornrows or braids, or just anything that is something that no one can do at home that they have troubles on, they can learn out in the public. There's not that many classes out there that I know of, especially in the area I live in. My mom's friend who owns a salon, she and her friend who owns the salon together, they do teach classes. I'll give you more of that information later. But they do teach their own classes how to take care of your hair, how to do certain hairstyles, and also how to do silk presses without chemically ruining your hair using relaxer. So, gonna try that out. Learning how to take care / maintaining your hair in the black world matters a lot. Black women are more likely to be sent home for their hair, if not in a style that white people like, want to touch. Your hair / maintaining your hair in the black world matters a lot. Black women are more likely to be sent home for their hair. If it's not in a style that white people like or want to touch, it's not good enough for them. This happens every day of my life. This is a normal thing that black people deal with, mostly black women. Whenever her hair is in a style that they find cool, they want to be like, oh my God, I love your hair. Can I touch it? No, 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 step back. I don't want you to touch my hair. When I did come to work one day, this is a story. When I came to work one day and my hair was out and curly because I didn't want to straighten it or heat it because I didn't want to ruin it because I'm like, I've worked so hard on this hair. Let me just let it breathe, you know? Almost everyone there around me came up to me and was like, oh my God, I love your hair. Can I touch it? And I'm like, sure. Because I'm a people pleaser and I can't say no. And they're like, oh my God, your hair's so soft. There's multiple hands in there. And I'm like, okay, are you done? And then they'll finally stop and they'll keep on talking. They're like, oh my God, I love your hair like this. You should keep your hair like this. And I'm like, no. And it takes a lot of time to get my hair to that, especially because I have to put a lot of product, I have to wet it in the morning, I have to style it. And for them to touch it and go in and ruin the way I put it in, it upsets me. It ruins my day. I work so hard to get this like this and you just want to touch it? No, that's not how this works. This isn't. Stop. Don't do that. Stay back. But if your hair's not like that and it's in a more disgusting way, like you're wearing either a bad wig or you just happen to have to be rushed to work because you were busy trying to bleach your hair and your hair looks ugly because it's all freaking yellow, then they don't want to talk to you. They want to be away from you and just can you go clean that hair? They don't want to be near you if your hair isn't in a way that they can go up comfortably and be like, can I touch it? No, not everything has to be the way that you want it to be. Okay, this is my hair. If I want my hair to be like this, I want my hair to be like this. Why is your opinion, no, stop. Okay. Protective hairstyles like braids, locks, twists, and knots were not acceptable in work, school, etc. This is still happening. Not in college, of course. At least not that I know of yet. But I've been wearing wigs so far this beginning year of college, so I don't really have an opinion on this. But I do know that braid, locks, twists, and knots are not good. Through all the TV shows that I have seen, there's this one TV show, I don't remember what it was called, but I do remember this one scene. This black mom, she had her daughter's hair all perfectly done, they had beads and everything, and her daughter was at a tennis match, and she was really good, and she won the tennis match. But when she came to go pick up her daughter, because her school called, she goes up and sees her daughter, her hair is gone. The principal cut off her daughter's hair because it had beads. And when she talked to the principal about it, the principal was like, yeah, her beads were distracting the other players, so we had to get rid of them. And you weren't answering your phone, so we just decided to take matters into our hands and cut your daughter's hair. In the show, that lady, she didn't do anything to the teacher, but personally, if that was me, I'm throwing hands. You don't get to touch my child's hair. Okay, I didn't answer. Call my husband, call my mom, call anyone else that I know that I have saved. Don't just take my hands and cut my child's hair over some beads. You're her principal, just to back her up. Why would you? That's so stupid. And it still happens too. In sports, in women's sports, when a black woman has her hair up and it's in a certain style that the other side does not like, they'll find a way to either A, get her disqualified, or have her rush to get her hair undone and take out all the beads. I did see this one video on the internet of this girl's whole team helping her take the beads out of her hair because it was distracting. It's not distracting to anyone. It's really not. It's only distracting unless you make it distracting. They think that if they take certain things out, like ruining our hair, that it would make us lose our self-confidence and stuff, but we're already confident enough in ourselves, okay? Like, we have this hair, it's big and proud, and if we were to take it down, it's not gonna make us feel bad. I can just put it back up when I get home. But when you cut our hair, that's a whole different story. That's a big no. No. You don't do that. I could talk more and more about this, but I'm not going to. I do remember going home one day because my hair was in its curly state and the school did not like it. It was my first year here in Utah and the school did not like it. I was at this rich white preppy school, elementary too. They did not like it, so my mom had to come pick me up. So I was excused from school until I got my hair properly did. And from there on out, that was the first ever time my mom actually started doing a relaxer on my hair and straightening it. So my hair's been fried, dyed, and dead for 9 years. All because a white person didn't like the way it looked, but I did. But that didn't matter. My opinion didn't matter to them, apparently. Theirs did. Welcome to America. But four women, one of them being Ajobi Ashmo, created the Crown Act, which helped protect Black women from discrimination. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name. I'm not really good at pronouncing anyone's name, really. Hope I did my best. But the Crown Act was an act created by 4 African American women to help other African American women from dealing from any discrimination in the workplace, from just having these hairstyles. And that Crown Act has helped a lot, really. It really helped a bunch of young girls go in and just have their hairstyle that they want to do. Like if they're if their mom forgot to finish their hair one night and it's like half done and they only have like just the curly part, like maybe some braids, that's okay. And with this act, it really helps a lot from like anyone ever getting like yelled at, fussed at, being sent to go home because their hair was in a curly state. It just really helps a lot for Black women so they do not feel more insecure about their hair than they already do. Especially if it's in any style, like, you know, especially if you half did your hair, especially if they do your braids at home and like you only do the top part and it's like 1 or 3 a.m. in the morning, like I have to get up in the morning, so you kind of just put that there and you just kind of just like put everything up. Yeah. I'm itchy. I'm so itchy. Oh my god. I'm taking these glasses off because it's like, everything's bright. So, I didn't even know the Crown Act was even a thing until now. It explains a lot why no one really came up to me and talked to me about my hair throughout my years, because I did not do my hair a lot. My mom couldn't want to do my hair a lot because she told me to do it. So I'm glad this act wasn't forced, because if it wasn't, I would not be here. Okay. This is an estimate. This isn't a clear, known, like, dead hit center amount of numbers and percentages that I have. This is just an estimate. This is a little hypothesis. I think I'm not using that word right, but you get what I'm saying. This is a Google search. I Googled this. I didn't fully go through the whole Google search thing, but this is what I found. This may not be correct, but like I said, it's just an estimate. It's not a clear understanding. This is the percentages of stores in America. Not just any stores, Black stores. Here in Utah, there is an estimate about 12 black hair salons here. And just all of the state of Utah. That's a pretty okay number. But most of the population here in Utah is like a 5% black, so not that bad. In Washington state, there's about 7. I don't know their population. I didn't get that information. I should have, but I didn't. Wisconsin, 19. Arizona, 20. Georgia, 322. That makes sense. There's like a good 75% of African Americans living there. In Texas, I tried to look it up, and I forgot to look up the Dallas, but I couldn't. So if I look up Texas, it would give me Georgia, Texas. And I'm like, I'm not trying to look up Georgia, I'm looking up Texas. But I put NA because I'm pretty sure it's a lot, because it's Texas. But there's nothing there, so don't worry about that. But in Louisiana, there's about 50. Remember, this is just a Google search, okay? This isn't an actual, like, thing. I didn't go down to these places and, like, drive around and look for them. This is the Google search. And then, here I have a graph. This is the graph of amount of black hair salons in America. As you can see, Georgia takes up a good 74%, which is about the same amount there is in Georgia. And then Louisiana is 11.6, Arizona is a 4.7, Wisconsin is a 4.4, Utah is a 2.8, and then Washington is a 1.6. Those are the percentages of their stores. They may also equal to how many black people are there as well in those states. But if you have noticed, I looked up states that have predominantly black people and states that don't, so you can get a clear understanding. Honestly, it's not that bad, but it should be better. Should be better. I did a little demographic survey. None of the words are correct, so don't read the words. I did a little demographic survey here in Utah. I made a little survey, a little quiz to ask people their opinions about just hair, and at the end, I asked black women about hair. That's on the next slide, but we're gonna go over this first slide first. When I sent this out, I didn't think it would get much commentary, a lot of like noise, but it did. It got a lot of noise, you guys. I got 86 people that responded. I did send it out to my mom so she can send it out to people who live in California and Houston, so there is some of that in here. It may not be a lot, but it's in there. But before we get into there, I will probably spend a lot of time talking about this, so be prepared. Just let you know. Okay. One of the first questions I had was their race that I did when I was doing this was the count of race. Not the count. Yeah, I asked people what their race was so I could know whose opinions are what, blah, blah, blah. Down here, this yellow part is the whites. There is a 68.2% of white people that answered. There is a 3.5% of Asians, Native Hawaiians, 4.7, Hispanics or Latinos, 15.3, and then for African Americans, it's an 8.2. It's not that bad. I wasn't expecting like a lot of people to answer, but dang, that was a lot of white people that answered. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, I did post it on Snapchat and Instagram, but I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know. I mean, I got what I wanted, but I don't know. I'm just confused. And then for gender, we have an 89.4% of girls, so that I am happy about. Like, thanks. We got a 5.9% of boys, a 1.2% of non-binaries, and then we have gender fluid, gender neutral, and then the last one, someone responded, it was a boy, the lobster monster. Whoever you are, that made me laugh. Because I went to go check and I'm like, oh, the lobster monster? That's so funny. It was hilarious. I enjoyed it. But it was fine. Okay. I asked them, then I asked people what state they were from who were answering because I knew that I released it out to other states. In Utah, 84.9. Not surprised. North Carolina, 3.8. I have to burp. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. In Idaho, 5.7. In Wyoming, a 1.9. And then that little percentage is Texas. Texas is in here, and another state that I forgot the name. I think it was California. California and Texas are those little places. Those are probably my aunts that answered. Thank you, aunties. Okay. Here we got a little bit more serious. We got a little bit more serious into the question of what I wanted to know. Here I asked people how do they find the salons they go to. I was expecting a lot of like actual like names, but people said a lot of Google, which was a really high percentage of 18.8. Don't go to a salon, 13.8, and then the third biggest one on this little chart, mom, 10%. Not surprised. I use my mom too to find my hairstylist because I have nothing to do with my hair. And I'm glad a lot of us also go to our moms because we all love our mommies. Because moms are just moms. Everything else on this were like either friends and family that you do at salons, they find on social media, Yelp. Yeah. It's just a bunch of other stuff. But that didn't matter as much as the top 3, which was Google, don't even go, mom, and then of course the fourth one was word of mouth. And then the 5th one was just people going to social media to find hair salons. I don't know why, but I do know the one that both of don't go was probably just a bunch of men that don't go, which isn't bad. I mean, like, doing your hair is probably pretty easy. I mean, it is easy. I've been to a barber shop before. I've been to like a Supercuts. Doesn't take that long. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Isn't that? I'm surprised. I'd also talk more about this, but I'm not. Oh, let's go back actually. Okay. When I also did this survey, I also asked people how much do they pay. It was a range from 100 up. There's a lot of people who did the 0 to 100, so they don't really spend that much money in doing the hair. There was a bit that did do the 200 to 300, and then there was one person that answered, and there's one person who did answer the survey, and they did say like $400 to $500. And I do know that must have been an African American, because that's how much I would spend on hair. Whenever us Black women go out to get our hair done, especially at a salon, our hair costs range from $300 to $600. It just depends on the style we're doing. If we're having someone like do a silk press to our hair, it's at the 300 spot. Or like we're doing like big braids, or like medium-sized braids. But if we're doing anything like more specifically, like a certain style, like like butterfly locks, or just actual locks, or small, medium, batu braids, knotless curly braids, any like certain style that's like going to take a lot of time out of the stylist's hair time. I had a brain fart. My word stopped. Anytime that we have a certain style that will take a bunch of time out of the stylist, then it will go up and up and up more. It really just depends on what style that we're trying to do and what style that we're trying to get into, mostly. But that's just a little thing, you know? I think this is gonna be so fun because I don't know the freak I'm saying. Can you tell I'm wearing 2 wigs? Because I feel like you can tell, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I haven't been to a hair salon since last year when I got my hair done. I did a weave. But other than that, I've been to one in a very long time. And I kind of want to go back because I'm fixing to make a big decision I'm going to regret, and that is shaving my head off because I want to start my hair all over because I miss my curly long hair. My hair did look like this. My hair was this length, was this curly, was this big before we silk pressed it. And I want to go back to it, but also at the same time I'm like, I don't want to do that. But okay. Now, this is the last question I asked for a bunch of African American women. I wanted to know if they found it really easy finding a hair salon, no matter where they were. Because I know for me, it was not easy. I didn't do it, but for my mom, it was not easy. We went to multiple hair salons. I can go up. Yeah, okay. First one. I don't go to salons to get my hair done, but the thought of it makes me kind of anxious, to be honest. Probably because I've never had anyone other than my mom do it. I think living in Utah, I wouldn't even know where to start when finding a salon. My stylist is well versed in natural hair and has helped mine grow exponentially. Did I get that right? It depends on the location of the salon as well as the actual stylist. That is so true. Not everyone's familiar with ethnic textures. Okay. Now I'm going to talk for a very long time. Because the last page is just all the links that I used for this lovely PowerPoint. If you guys ever want to go and search up more, especially if you want to educate yourself on how to help your lovely black best friend get their hair done, or do their hair, or help them send like $300 to them so they get their hair done all nice and cool and look like Timmy Braxton or Brandy. That'd be nice. But that's the last page. But let's get into this. The first one, so true. So true. My mom has been doing my hair for my whole entire life. She still helps me do my hair to this very day. I am 1'9". 1'9". And she still helps me do my hair. I don't know either where to start to find a salon. When we moved here, my mom been doing my hair for the longest time. But then as I got older, she knows she couldn't keep on doing these little kids' hairstyles on me. So she had to find someone to do my hair. We went to someone's house first, and it was okay for the first 3 times, but they were overcharging us for such a simple little thing. And then my mom found her friend Damia, Damia had her own little salon set up. We went there a lot, all the time. She was our go-to for hair, all the time, every day, 24/7. And we still went with her even after a while. But before we went to go see her, we went to Hair Haven on Riverdale Road. That place is okay to buy your hair, but getting your hair done there, too overpriced for the most simplest thing. You could just be going in there to get like 2 little big braids, and they'll find a way to charge you like a lot of money. Even if you bring your own hair, they'll still find a way to charge you more than you should be charged. And it's actually crazy how much they charge us back then, because that was before like COVID and stuff. They would charge you for like $300-$200. I'm like, your prices said like $150. Why am I paying $400 for this? It was a crazy time. It was crazy. I was paying so much money for no reason. But at Damia, oh, bless Damia. She has a salon over on Roy. It's over by the library, by the Del Taco's on the corner, over by like a wedding venue. It's a pretty easy place to find. But my forehead got really itchy. But we love Damia. We love Damia. Damia is a really skilled hairstylist. She's really good. She's fast. She's good at it. She can do any style you want. She's very versatile. That word with the V in it that I cannot say because I am really bad at saying words. Sorry, something was up and it's bothering me. And she charges everything for a good price, a good meaningful price. She's good at what she does. And then her partner, I don't know her partner's name. I'm so sorry. But my parents like, is it Latoya? I think it's Latoya. She's really good at ethnic textures. She helps people learn new things about their hair. She gives you guys a consultation so you can know what shampoos to buy for your hair, how to do your hair in a natural state, how to do silk braids without ruining your hair. She's really good at just like the basics for your hair, while Damien's good at the basics, but also all the extra stuff like wigs and braids and twists and locks and crochets and all that other stuff. She also does nails too at that salon. Their salon's name is called Lamia's Hair Salon. It's a great place. I love that. The only problem with this salon is that Damia is booked 24/7. If you try and schedule an appointment with her, you can't. You have to plan ahead. You have to make sure you have the day and time you want on your calendar. And every time they send out the email saying it's time for you to book, you need to make sure you're refreshing your email every single day until you see that email. Press it and immediately book, because she's already booked for January and February. And they're just gonna send out their March and April one, but I won't have time to book that. I mean, actually I will, because I'll have money by then. I might do it, because I really do need my hair done. But they're booked constantly, all the time, because she's such a good hairstylist. She does such a great job, and she has such a great connection with everyone. We also have a great connection with her, because we're friends, obviously. Duh. But also, she's been doing my hair for a really long time, so she knows how my hair works. The only problem is that I've been doing a lot to my hair since I first dyed it, so she doesn't know what my hair looks like now. But I'm trying to get my hair up there, so it doesn't matter very much. But yes, go to Lamia's hair salon on Roy. Just look up Lamia hair salon. Should be up there in Google. Go there. Best place ever, good prices. Make sure you plan ahead though, because it's like one of those places to plan ahead. Make sure you have an exact style you want to. They're really nice. Be nice. They're kind. They're really nice people. They're sweet. They have little snacks there too. Yeah. As we know, this is the end. Okay, I know we wasted a bunch of time, but I hope this was really nice for present Asia, future Asia. I hope you enjoy that moment of silence and be like, where do I start? And be like, it's right here when I'm doing this. Then you can go in and do the other thing. Anyway, I did an interview with Dr. COMM, like I said earlier. And I have the scripture translated to Word because I'm bad at listening. Like, I can listen, but when it comes to like remembering people say or like listening and trying to type, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't. It's really hard. Like, I don't understand how people do that, but I can't. It would be really embarrassing if anyone outside this room could hear me. But I do have the scripture of me and Dr. Corbin's conversation. We talked about black hair and just everything that has to do with my research. And it was a nice conversation. We had a really great talk. I had a conversation with Dr. Corbin. Like I said, she's a professor here at Weber State. She's a communications professor, and she also helps work for the Black Student Culture Center as well. When me and Dr. Corbin talked, we realized we have very similar things for us. She's from Atlanta, who moved up here in Utah in like 2012. I am from Louisiana, who moved up here in 2014. So we both had the same similar struggles of binding hair. As we were talking, she talked about how when her daughter was younger, that she wanted her hair to be relaxed, just like her mom's. Because Corbin's hair was relaxed and straight, but she told her daughter that she didn't want her to do that to herself, because like that's just not like something that we should be doing, you know? And it occurred to her that she didn't know how to tell her daughter that her hair was beautiful, it was perfect, it was what everyone wants now, whoever relaxed her hair before. And trying to like talk to, you know, a young child like that, it's really hard to get like the concept in through their mind, but you know, you do it in a way that makes sense to them and stuff. Do it in a way that makes sense to them and stuff. And when she first came here and was trying to find, you know, black hair care, she went to Target. And as we all know, Target's hair care is a big aisle, you know, it's yay big. But that's only for white people. For the black people, we had this little itty bitty section that was hidden over by the toilet papers. And it would be like this little box, and it would have a lock on it too sometimes. And so there wasn't much a selection for us to get our hair done. And then also Sally's was a really small section, that's what Corbin said in the thing. How Sally's was a very small, confined space. We didn't have much of a big selection, but now we have like 2 whole aisles to ourselves. And a very wide variety of hair care that we can choose from now. As the years progress on and people are starting to realize, oh, we're not the only white people here in America. There's other people here that aren't just like us with normal textured hair. We have to care for the Africans now too. Crazy. Yeah, it was really hard for her to find any hair care for her to do her and her daughter now too. crazy, man, crazy. But like, yeah, it was really hard for her to find any hair care for her to do her and her daughter's hair because there wasn't much of a selection. And now also there's like, there's a variety. You can like find some stuff, but it's not as much as you would need as when if you were to go on Amazon and look up, or if you lived in like the South. And so since she was so new here, she couldn't find anyone to do her and her daughter's hair. So she had to learn off YouTube how to do some simple certain hairstyles to get the job done. And it worked. It worked for a pretty long time before they're at a time and place where they did find a hair salon they liked. And that was, drumroll please, Lamia. It was Lamia's hair salon. But before she found Lamia, she's from the New Jersey scene, Atlanta. She's from there. And so when she came here and she was asking people about it and the prices, she was shocked. She was like, that's more than what I used to pay when I was back in Jersey and Atlanta. So she just stopped. She just stopped trying to ask people for help to do her and her daughter's help. She just started learning and finding ways to do it until she found Lamia, and she really enjoyed going there because it's quality over quantity. That you're paying such a great, amazing price. It's like $150 for like a really for a lot of hair, a lot of braids for a good thing. Like, it's a great place to go to. It was really hard for her to find and in the conversation we talked about how it was really hard for her to find an African American hairstylist here in Utah because there's no one here. But back over in New Jersey, Atlanta, there was plenty. And so when she found Lamia, she was really happy because like it was a good price and it really helped her learn how to take better care of her hair, how to do certain styles for her hair. It really helped for her daughter too, for them to get their hair done, because in between, before she even found Lamia, this is my third time saying this, I'm so sorry, she went all natural. Like, she just went all natural. That's what she rocked with for a while before she found Lamia. And there at Lamia, they taught her how to take care of her natural hair and do certain styles and certain things with it, so she could still rock the natural but have it in a way where it's not like dying.